Brighton won, and that game was absolutely disgusting. The refereeing performance was a shambles, and I'm just so disappointed in terms of the referee itself because I think we played pretty well, to be honest. I think it was a good game. We created chances in that first half, probably should have been a bit more clinical. Saka again, beautiful, great finish from Havertz. We were really in the game, and I could see us scoring more chances. And I think that's the issue, with this Arsenal side. It's not taking those opportunities. We all knew it was going to happen. In that first half, we had enough chances to go 2, 3 goals up. We didn't. Now we put ourselves in a situation in the second half when we get a red card. We've got to now defend really hard. But overall, I feel like the referee did destroy that match a lot. I think it was a refereeing disaster class. Think about the first half when João Pedro kicked the ball away. Why wasn't he given a booking? Why wasn't he given a booking when Declan Rice kicks the ball away? He's given a booking straight away. It's the double standards, and it's such a shame that we saw this happening. Because I feel like it was a game there for us to win. Brighton offered nothing in the first half going forward. Absolutely nothing was offered by Brighton going forward in that first half. But we left ourselves in that position to be beaten like that. And now I'm just thinking we've got to think of the negatives now. Julian Timber is now injured. That is now massive for us. Julian Timber is a player who played really well in the game. He's now out injured. So now we're in a really difficult situation now. Who's going to play left back? And I feel like now the international break coming on for us is a big thing. We needed this international break. I'm not going to lie to you because we're dropping like flies. Declan Rice is now out for the North London derby. Just let me know, Gunners, what was your thoughts on that game? I feel like it was really disappointing from the ref, but also from ourselves. We had enough chances in that first half to win the game, to finish the game, and we certainly didn't do that. We've got to be a lot more clinical. Erdegaard had chances. Saka had his own chances as well. And I'm seeing people say Erdegaard didn't play very well. It wasn't his best performance. 100% Erdegaard, it wasn't his best performance. Even in the second half, he had an opportunity slipping Calafiori. It didn't quite happen for him, but it was so difficult for ourselves once we went down to 10 men. You just knew Brighton were going to bust the possession. You just knew it was going to be backed against the wall. You knew we had to throw everything towards, defending. And ultimately, we conceded. We conceded a goal. I think we did well to not concede another one, to be honest, because I feel like Brighton really did apply the pressure on us really well. It was one of those games where I'm like, okay, I want to win, but in the grand scheme of things, in the context of things, we've got to just take it. We've just got to take that sort of performance, to be honest. I feel like if we had 11 men and that's how the game went, I would have been very disappointed. But it is what it is, I guess. But what's wrong with the Premier Leagues? Welcome into the stream, Massimi Robert. Do you mean the referees? Because I'm right with you with that. The referees in the Premier League are so disappointing. It was not a good performance from the referee at all. And I think this is where we've got to improve. Like this bias towards Arsenal, Declan Rice has never had a red card in his whole career. That is an absolutely incredible stat. That Declan Rice has never been, given a red card. And he's played over 260 games. Why now, when he comes to Arsenal, is he given a red card? It just doesn't make sense. And I remember another silly incident. This is just a little tap of the ball. Tomiyasu last season against Crystal Palace, throw in. He got a red card as well, a second yellow. Martinelli pushed one guy, then tackles another guy further down the pitch against Wolves away from home. He's given a red card. Why is it always Arsenal having these dodgy red card decisions? It is absolutely ridiculous. And I just think there's just so much like corruption at play here because for me, that was soft. That was so soft for Declan Rice to get that red card. I get it. He shouldn't have done it. He shouldn't have even been in front of Veltman. He should have walked away. He gave the referee the opportunity to make that sort of a decision, and it went against us. But away from all of that, it seems like Arsenal are always the side which always get, the decisions against them. It's not right. It's not fair. This is not how football should be. And I'm sure Mikel Arteta is going to be fuming in the press conference. He'll come out. He'll be angry. He'll probably actually go for Declan Rice, to be honest. I see Mikel Arteta saying, we put ourselves in this position, to be honest. We had opportunities to finish the game in the first half, but we didn't. Then you do things that you can't even control. The referee, the anger in the ground as well. Everybody was frustrated. Brighton were just, they could do what they want. They actually literally came to the Emirates Stadium, kicked us a couple times, did what they want, left with a point. But yeah, at the end of the day, an unbeaten record. We're still unbeaten. I think that's the massive thing for us. 7 points in those first 3 games. Take it this way. We could have easily got a point against Aston Villa because we weren't at our best against Aston Villa. We now get a point against Brighton. So for me, in reverse, those results in terms of performance, because I feel like the performance against Brighton was actually pretty good. So for me, we got the 3 points against Brighton and we got a 1 point against Aston Villa. And then we got 3 points in the first game of the season against Wolves. That's how I'm going to look at it because it was a really good performance if we're looking at it just in isolation. Just couldn't get the ball into the back of net. So 7 points. out of a possible 9. Not bad, but I'm just so scared now going to the North London derby without Declan Rice. Partey, he did look decent to be fair, but what can you do? What can you do now? I think Partey and Jorginho have to play. It's going to have to be a double pivot of Partey and Jorginho for me, those two, and then maybe Martin Odegaard just in front. Then we've just got to hope for the best, really. Saka, Havertz, Martinelli, Trossard. Trossard, I don't know, goodness. A lot of us rate Trossard. Would you put Sterling straight back in against Tottenham away from home? I would be tempted to do that for sure. Massimi Roberts says, "What's wrong with the Premier League referees? And my worry, VAR doesn't work on stupid decisions." Yeah, I agree with you. VAR, I don't know what happened there. I'm really disappointed that happened, to be honest. Seeing the referee just, it was just one of those things where you can do it, but do you have to do it? And the referee made the decision to do it, and it's really, really disappointing. Make sure you have liked the stream, gunners. It's really appreciated. And yeah, overall, I get people's disappointment. I see a lot of Arsenal fans unhappy, but in the context of the game, a point with a red card against a footballing side like Brighton, it's okay. We can be content with this. We've got to be all right with this. Otherwise, we're gonna dwell on it for too long. There's bigger games coming up. There's City. There's Tottenham away. We're gonna really need to stick together. And I would just like to talk about Calafiori as well. I thought he had a fantastic game, him and Timber. But Calafiori, when he came on, he looked really solid. Full of energy, and I think he'll be ready soon for integration into the squad. He'll start left back, I think, after the international break. Unfortunately for Julian Timber getting injured, it's sort of this blessing in disguise for Calafiori, unfortunately. I know we don't like injuries, but Calafiori is going to get the opportunity probably away to Tottenham. Zinchenko won't play that sort of a game. Then we get to see the best of him, because I think there's a lot of potential in Calafiori at left back for sure. I feel like he has a lot of qualities that are going to help us going forward, but also defensively as well. And obviously, Gabriel is another player who is getting a lot of criticism from Arsenal fans. Did he play that bad though? I don't think he was that bad in the game, to be honest. I see a lot of Arsenal fans disappointed with his performance, but I thought he was pretty decent. He defended the box well. I saw him getting his head on a lot of the crosses. What more can you ask from him? I know the goal, it wasn't his best. He didn't show enough strength there to stop Minte, but we were just carved wide open. There was too much of a gap between our two defenders, Saliba and Gabriel. Too much of a gap. If you're just joining the stream, welcome, guys. We're just talking about Gabriel because there's a lot of criticism towards him from Arsenal fans, but I thought he was pretty decent defending the box. The goal, okay, but disappointing. But what can you do? You're down to 10 men. It's really hard to concentrate, but I thought our defense concentrated pretty well. Although when Ben White was playing right wing back, I had a lot of worries with Mitoma. Mitoma was just gliding past Ben White for fun. It was not a fun thing to watch. But at the end of the day, what can you do? Ben White stood his own. Mitoma was taken off. Didn't really impact the game at the end of the day. But overall, defensively, as a unit, we saw how good we are. Raya, again, how many times in a row is Raya going to make these big saves? Because again, today, another big save, kept us in the game. Really loved what I saw from Raya. And I think he's showing a lot of us why he is the number one, why he is our best goalkeeper, because he was so, so good for me. Even when he fell on the floor, quickly got up, quick reaction save. That's what I love to see from David Raya, and he is a really top quality goalkeeper. Let's move a bit forward. Kai Havertz, I haven't dwelt on him as well. I thought he was really, really good in the number 9 position. He got his chance, he scored. I know in the second half he had another opportunity. A lot of us will be disappointed. He's got to score that, but got himself into the position, got himself into an area where he can shoot and create a chance for himself. Missed in the second half, but it is what it is. It was difficult. He was doing a lot of running backwards, covering the spaces. It was a typical number 9 performance in terms of, dropping back and doing the defensive work. Found himself on the wing a couple of times. He was really good with his movement, and that's what my favorite thing about Havertz is. His movement is so underrated, and it was just really nice to see him. He's coming into his own now. 2 goals for this season. Him and Saka linking up. They look so, so good. It's lovely to see that. But yeah, it's just, I'm just going to keep on referencing. It's such a shame the referee destroyed a game like that. We could have easily gone and scored 3 goals in that second half if Declan Rice wasn't sent off. But yeah, I read what people are saying. People are saying Declan Rice shouldn't have put himself in the position to make the referee make that decision. And I get that. But at the end of the day, it was petty from Chris Kavanagh. I'm sure loads of other pundits, I've seen other people, on Twitter talking about the referee, saying it was petty. There was no need for him to do that. He did it. And at the end of the day, he spoiled us. But it's not lost us the league. It's only 3 games into the season, guys. Only 3 games played. Why should we be upset here? I don't see any reason for us to be upset because we really did show up a nice defensive rear guard. Gurav Goji says outrageous red card. Yes, definitely. I'm just seeing the clips. It is absolute shame. João Pedro in the first half kicks the ball away. Absolutely nothing. Referee shrugs it off. Declan Rice, little toe poke. He gets sent off. I mean, it is absolutely shocking. And I'm seeing people here. Arsenal need to be critical. João Pedro's goal shouldn't happen. Yeah, but look, loads of people are unhappy with the João Pedro goal. But it's hard to concentrate for that long. We were carved way too open. Definitely, we can be critical of that. But at the end of the day, if you asked me when Declan Rice got that red card, got the red card, that we'd get a point out of this game, I would be so happy. And I feel like we've got to now just look forward. International break coming at the right time for us. We can now regroup. We can now get all our players back in, and it will be really, really nice. Make sure you have liked the stream, Gunners. And some takeaways from the game from a lot of people. Before actually, let me read this. Brighton defender threw the ball to his feet. Yeah, that was something else, man. Veltman all game long was just being absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. I didn't get his performance, just being absolutely silly. But we've got to not allow the referee to impact the games, and we certainly did that. And that's the biggest shame for me. We let the referee be able to make those decisions. Felix says, very pathetic refereeing, so awkward indeed. Yeah, it was very, very silly from the ref. There was no reason for him to do that. But at the end of the day, what can you do? Welcome into the stream, guys. Individual performances. What was your thoughts on the performances of some of the players? I'm thinking about Trossard in the first half. Do you think he did enough to be starting over Martinelli? Havertz, number 9, I've said he was really good. Saka, star boy, he is absolutely incredible, creating that opportunity. Erdegaard, not his best performance, but he did create chances in there. Declan Rice, I do not... Oh, yeah, that's the next thing. I do not like Declan Rice playing in the number 8 position at all. I hate him receiving the ball in the pockets. I hate him on the last line of the defence. I do not like Declan Rice in and around those positions high up the pitch. He is best suited in the number 6 position, and the reason he actually got that red card, the yellow card, is because his anticipation when he's higher at the pitch isn't as good as it is, isn't as good as him when he is reading the game from the 6th position. That's my biggest sort of disappointment, because in the 6th position, Declan Rice reads the game so well. In the 8th position, he's a lot more scruffy, and that was what essentially let him get that yellow card and the red card, because at the end of the day, his anticipation higher up the pitch isn't as good. He's more comfortable in those central defensive areas, and that's why I'm so upset that Marino got injured. I was so upset Marino got injured, because he would have been so crucial to us right now, where we have, lack of midfield options. Now it's going to be Partey and Jorginho for the North London derby. I am interested to see how that goes. Zero athleticism in the midfield, but what can you do? Nini Niwuru says, Arsenal were not robbed, bro. Arsenal is very stupid. From coach to players, hope they want to rely on Havertz. They will regret that move. Rubbish. I don't know how I became an Arsenal fan. Wow. A lot of you are fuming after that performance. But would I say, this game warrants that sort of reaction? I don't know if I agree with you. I thought Havertz was pretty good. He had two opportunities. Okay, he should have scored the second one, but there's enough in there to suggest he's a really good player, and he's going to score goals up front for us. He's already scoring more than I think Gabriel Jesus would have scored if he was starting up front. So I feel like that is quite mean to say that to Havertz, to be honest, because he's doing what he did. He's now... Did you know that he's actually 3rd in the amount of goals and assists from any other player? Only Cole Palmer and Erling Haaland have contributed with goals and assists in the Premier League more than Kai Havertz. And if you're saying he's horrible, I am very confused, but fair enough. That is your opinion. Very stupid from the coach, Arteta. I don't think this performance is on Arteta, to be honest. I don't think it is at all. It's just so unfortunate, because look at our midfield options now. Erdegaard might be injured. Nwaneri is his backup. So we're going to throw him into the North London derby as well if Erdegaard isn't okay. Then you've got Declan Rice out. Thomas Partey, leggy. Marino out for a very long time. It is not the best situation for Arsenal right now, but we've got to dig deep. Injuries are a part of football. We obviously felt the squad was big enough. Selling Smith Rowe, getting rid of Vieira. Arteta was happy with this. Edu was happy with this, so we've got to work with it. If it backfires against them, yes, we can now say it was silly decisions. We can say it was dumb. We can say all of these words. But for now, 3rd game into the season, 7 points against 3 quality opposition. Not bad at all. Look at the opposition that the other big teams have played. City haven't played the best opposition, Chelsea, Chelsea away from home, that's a difficult game, I guess. I guess that's a difficult game. But the other opponent, Ipswich at home, we haven't had a breather. We're having to have the rhythm straight away, and ultimately it cost us today. Matthew Hulliger says, big respect, man, that you have the energy to do this stream now, but it's not looking good. I gotta get this off my chest. Get English refs out of this sport. Thank you so much for the support, guys, and all of you that have liked the stream. It is so appreciated. Matthew, I do agree with you. I am absolutely fuming as well. I was on the edge of my seat for the most of that game. I was just thinking, okay, we're just gonna have to defend as a unit here. We're gonna have to be strong. But at the end of the day, a point against Brighton, in the grand scheme of a silly referee, it is okay. Sometimes corruption, you just gotta try your best to rival it, because I thought it was absolutely disgusting from the referee. I've said it multiple times. Robbery, and it wasn't even just the Declan Rice red card, by the way. There was other decisions in the game where Brighton would make multiple fouls. No yellow card. I give it Hinshaw Wood. How many times did Hinshaw Wood pull Saka, trip Saka, injure Saka multiple times? What did the referee do? Absolutely nothing. And even on half time, the ball goes up. Hinshaw Wood drags Saka to the ground. Referee blows for half time, so he doesn't have to take the decision to give a yellow card. It is so silly. Irumba Abel says EPL referees should copy from other leagues, more so VAR, useless in the decisions making against referees, stupid mistakes. And I do agree. I get everybody's anger in here. It is absolutely stupid what we are seeing, to be honest, from the referees. But at the end of the day, we've just got to stay together, Gooders. It's a good start to the season. I know there's a lot of frustration. Let's look at the positives. We've got, Timber firing, although he's injured again. So is that really a positive? I don't know. Calafiori looked good when he came on. Saka is firing so early into the season. Havertz is scoring. Although he is missing, he is scoring. I think that left side, though, that left wing position, Sterling's got to come in. I want to see how Sterling adapts in that position. We need more 1v1 threat. I thought Martinelli was all right with his energy and his running around when he came on. I thought Trossard was okay, but Sterling definitely. I think that left wing spot is for him to come and take. Matthew Hulliger says, yes, that's true. We just have to move on, but we still have Jorginho to take Rice's place. And he, in my opinion, still is somewhat a good player, but this will be tough away against Spurs. Yes, I agree. Jorginho is really, really good. I feel like, him and Partey will do a good job. We've never seen this combination before. I know a lot of Arsenal fans seem to think Thomas Partey and Jorginho is a great combination. Let's see it. It's going to have to be a slight change of system, a double pivot rather than a three-man midfield. But at the end of the day, I feel like Jorginho has played in the biggest of games. We should be able to throw him in now against Tottenham. And to be honest, I think we're now going into that Tottenham game thinking more so, let us not lose. I know it's really disappointing, but Tottenham are a really good outfit away to Spurs. I think, guys, are we going into that game thinking let's not lose rather than let's win? Because I'm starting to think we're a bit thin back there. But at the end of the day, Arteta has his players. He gave Jorginho a contract extension. He believes him in. I believe in him. So let's just see. Anyway, Gerard B says, why the inconsistency? How come Pedro didn't get a yellow card when he kicked the ball away? I've been saying that multiple times. It is stupid from the referee. Pedro kicked the ball away. Nothing. He even kicked it with force. It wasn't even like, a little tight. Like, he absolutely hammered that ball and it went about 70 yards down the pitch. But the referee is clearly watching a game like this and absolutely nothing happens. And at the end of the day, he's cost us a game here. I'm disappointed. I'm now thinking into this international break. I'm now overthinking, what are we going to do for Tottenham? Rice out. I'm thinking Timber injured again. I'm thinking, is Odegaard going to be all right? I'm now thinking Havertz number 9. We needed another option. Gabriel Jesus coming off the bench would have been perfect in that game. Sterling, though, I feel that's where my positivity lies as well. Marino is out injured. I mean, everything seems to be going wrong so early into the season. But 7 points out of 9 against those 3 outfits, it is okay, Gooders. Let's stay happy, let's stay consistent, and let's support the boys at the end of the day. But yeah, I agree with everybody's anger. I'm sure a lot of you that haven't put anything in the chat are fuming as well with the referee, with maybe our own performance in not taking chances. I don't know, but there is a lot of furiosity within the Arsenal fans. Thank you, a lot of you in here. Again, another reminder, liking the stream does help me out massively. So just if you can, just do a tight little touch of the like button. But yeah, what a game to be involved in, and not for the right reasons at all. RFLKA says, last year we lost by 2 points. I swear if we lose like this again of this shit referee, I agree with you. I get the anger. I get the referee being the focal point of the attention. But I don't even want to dwell on the referee. I don't think he deserves to be talked about at all. Costing us in a title race against Man City, every single point matters at the end of the day. Even this, we may look at it in later on in the season. That game against Brighton, where the referee gave us a red card, lost us the league by a point. And I get why the frustration is there, because we know how good City are. We know how good they are at the keeping the lead when they have it. But what can we do? What can we do against silly refereeing decisions, to be honest? And I'm interested actually to read what Mikel Arteta is saying. Let me try and get it up on here, Gunners, if Mikel Arteta has commented about it. Football Global says Kai Saka should have scored. Yes, we had the opportunities to score. We should have scored, but I'm still proud of the boys, to be honest. In that sort of a circumstance with the referee, they did a good job. Bukayo Saka has actually come out to say this. In the first half, João Pedro kicked the ball far away, didn't get anything. Deck just done a little touch and he got a second yellow for me. It's a bit harsh. We want some consistency. Well done, Bukayo Saka. That's what I love to hear. All we asked for is consistency. In this game, we did not get a single bit of consistency at all. And Bukayo Saka is so right there. Everybody is talking about the João Pedro thing. Everybody, rightly so, should be talking about it, because I do not know why on earth he didn't get any booking. Football Global says, I like watching Arsenal as a Manchester United fan. Oh, welcome, Football Global, a Manchester United fan. Are you honest, though, as a Manchester United fan, was Declan Rice's red card harsh? I'm interested to know rival fans' thoughts on this. Was it harsh for Declan Rice to receive a red card, or was it deserved for that little bit of a toe poke? I'm just interested in knowing, because I know Arsenal fans' opinion on this is it's ridiculous. I don't know why Declan Rice has been given a red card, but at the end of the day, what can you do? Martin Keown has even come out to say the referee has played a major part of this match. Yes, thank you, Football Global. Manchester United fan here has also said not deserved red card. So it isn't just us, but at the end of the day, what can you do? Is it hate watching? Yeah. It is interesting when rival fans watch games. Are they actually watching it to just, laugh at us, or are they watching it to analyze? But Football Global seems to think that Declan Rice red card was harsh like the rest of us. So thank you so much for your input. And now everybody is just fuming here, talking about the game, talking about Gabriel Jesus, who's now getting violated for not being available. I feel like we are quite an emotional bunch as Arsenal fans. I know that Declan Rice got a red card. I know Kai Havertz didn't finish his chances, but I don't know how Gabriel Jesus is now the focal point of the anger from Arsenal fans. It's quite interesting, but I get it. We just need to direct our anger at something, at someone, and it seems as though that anger is going to Gabriel Jesus for not being available. But it's just one of those things, to be honest. It is not a good day, and I'm sure a lot of us will watch the City game, watch the Liverpool game, see them pick up points and be like, okay guys, we are in for it now. We've got City and Aston Villa, and I do not want to, we can't afford to lose to City. We cannot now. We actually cannot afford to lose to City now. Because if we lose, because we drop points 2 here, and I'm sure City are going to win, that means we'll be 5 points behind City. If we lose to Manchester City, and that's with us beating Tottenham, by the way, because I'm sure City will win their next 2 games, we'll be 5 points behind. Is it really, can we say the title's gone? I'm actually interested to know, is the title gone if City have a 5-point lead in after the next 2 games? Is it gone? It might well be good. It might actually be gone, and it's all because of Chris Kavanagh. 2 games and we could be 5 points behind Manchester City. That is absolutely incredible. I never thought of it in that sort of a way. We can be 5 points behind Manchester City. Football Global says, I watch because I coach football and love to see good football. Wish we were playing like y'all. Yeah, Manchester United situation is just absolutely dreadful, to be honest. But yeah, thank you so much for coming over into the stream. But yeah, 5 points behind City is going to be one mountain to climb if we lose our next 2 games. But what can we do, Gunners? Anyway, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you so much for you guys getting involved. I do hope to do more streams like this after match days. Make sure you are looking out. I'm going to start streaming after the games, giving my thoughts on it. Not a good day for us, but it is what it is, Gunners. Let's stay positive. And until next time, peace.